Welcome to another enlightening podcast from Be Awake, Aware, Alive.com, where we question everything. You can't be a millionaire and panic when you receive a bill. Which one are you? By the Be Awake, Aware, Alive.com team. There are two types of people in this world when the mail arrives, or when that dreaded notification chimes on a smartphone. The first type feels their stomach drop. Their heart races. They open the statement with one eye closed, bracing for impact. The number is always higher than they expected. Immediately, the mental gymnastics begin. What do I move around? What do I skip this month? How am I going to survive this? The second type glances at the number, confirms the details, and schedules the payment within 30 seconds. No flinch, no sweat, no internal crisis. Here is the hard truth. You cannot be both. You cannot build wealth while living in a state of financial fight or flight. Panic and prosperity are mutually exclusive mindsets. If you want the seven-figure net worth, you have to kill the knee-jerk terror that comes with a simple invoice. The bill is not the problem. Your reaction to it is. So, let's lay it out clearly. Which one do you want to be? The panicker or the millionaire? Here is the breakdown of the two realities. 1. The buffer versus the tightrope. The panicker lives on a financial tightrope with no safety net. They get paid, the money evaporates, and they pray the string holds until the next deposit. An unexpected $500 bill isn't an inconvenience. It is an existential threat that requires borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. The millionaire lives on a fortified cushion. They have built a cash reserve, not necessarily millions in checking, but enough liquid capital to cover months of overhead. When a bill arrives, it isn't a threat to their survival. It is a minor deduction from a pool of money specifically designated for consumption. The tightrope walker panics at the wind. The fortress dweller doesn't notice the breeze. 2. The surprise versus the projection. The panicker views bills as unpredictable ambushes. They are shocked by property tax increases, utility spikes, and annual insurance renewals. Every quarter brings a new emergency. The millionaire views bills as scheduled programming. They know their annual burn rate to the dollar. They forecast the variables. A spike in the electric bill isn't a surprise. It's a seasonal variance they already accounted for in their yearly budget. The panicker reacts to the present. The millionaire prepared for the future. 3. The tax of stress versus the transaction of cash. The panicker pays a hidden tax that the millionaire refuses to pay, the cognitive tax of stress. Panic leads to rushed decisions. Selling investments at a loss, taking out high-interest debt, or losing sleep that ruins the next day's productivity. The cost of the panic is often higher than the cost of the bill itself. The millionaire understands that a bill is just a transaction. It is the price of doing business with life. Once a problem can be solved by writing a check, it ceases to be an emotional problem. They detach the number from their ego. They pay the invoice and move on, because their mental energy is far too valuable to waste on something so mundane. 4. The manual labor versus the autopilot. The panicker manually reviews every single bill with dread, clicking pay now while holding their breath. They are deeply entangled in the weeds of daily survival. The millionaire has automated their survival. Mortgages, utilities, insurance, it all runs on autopay. They don't even see most of the small stuff. If an unusual bill appears, it gets flagged by a system or an accountant. By delegating the paying and the worrying, they free up their brain to focus on the one thing that makes them money, high-level strategy. 5. The scarcity subtraction versus the abundance circulation. The panicker sees a bill and thinks, there goes another dollar I will never get back. I have less to survive on. The millionaire sees a bill and thinks, this is a dollar that purchased value. Now, how do I increase the inflow next month to make this number irrelevant? The panicker solves problems by cutting back. The millionaire solves problems by generating more revenue. One looks backward at what is lost. The other looks forward at what can be made. The final question. You cannot straddle the fence. You cannot build a fortune while your nervous system shatters every time a statement arrives. Wealth is not just about the numbers in your account. It is about the strength of your financial constitution. If you panic at a bill, you are signaling to your own subconscious that you are not in control. And if you are not in control of your money, money will never grow under your stewardship. So, look at the invoice in your hand right now. Are you going to let it own you, or are you going to own it? You can keep the panic, but you have to give up the dream of becoming a millionaire. Or you can build the buffer, automate the survival, and detach your emotions from the transaction, and finally start thinking like the wealthy. The choice is entirely yours. Which one do you want to be? Don't forget to sign up to our mailing list, follow our social channels, and open your mind with more free blogs and life-changing books at beawakeawarealive.com. Thanks for listening to another enlightening podcast from beawakeawarealive.com, where we question everything.